been opened in Lebanon, where Iran's ally, the Hezbollah, has joined the fight against Israel and the United States of America. They have entered what they are calling a war against Israel. Their words, not mine. What we also believe is that Israel has struck back, and there are people in Lebanon who have been killed as well. But the Hezbollah right now claiming that they have managed to attack Israel. How did they penetrate Israel's defense systems is a question that will need to be asked. But for the moment, Hezbollah is announcing that it has officially gone to war with the state of Israel. They are saying early this morning they launched missiles, possibly drones as well, against Israel. Hina, you have more and pictures coming in as well. Please go ahead.
Well, absolutely. And now there is Lebanon, more set of visuals that we are getting. This one is from I-24 News. More, of course, official details are awaited. But this is something that's going viral. Hezbollah has now announced battle with Israel. Hezbollah has claimed that some, missiles have been thrown towards Lebanon by Israeli ally. Remember, it's the axis of resistance that Iran has also activated. And Hezbollah is part of that axis of resistance. That is an ally that it has funded. It's a network that it has funded to actually hit back at US and Israel. It has been funding this axis of resistance for quite some time. Houthis, like you were mentioning in the break as well, are perhaps in a wait-and-watch mode right now. But Hezbollah's clearly part of this entire war already.
Hina, in fact, there's more information coming in as we see these set of pictures courtesy I-24 News. Israel and Hezbollah have now been exchanging fire for the last 10 to 12 hours is what we are picking up. Also, the Israeli Defense Forces have told residents of more than 50 villages in Lebanon to evacuate after Iran-backed Hezbollah fired rockets at Israel. So Israel is telling the people of Lebanon, now that your territory has been used by the Hezbollah to target us, we are targeting right back. So 50 villages, especially along the border, have been asked to evacuate because honestly, at this point of time, no one wants civilian casualties and fatalities. But that is collateral damage. We've seen that yesterday. We've seen 148 schoolgirls being killed in Iran after an American airstrike hit their school. On the other hand, we have seen civilian localities in Israel that have been targeted by Iran as well. So there are bound to be civilian casualties as well, and those are mounting. A clear figure will probably emerge once this fog of war clears away. I don't know when that is going to happen. But Dr. Jeffrey Gunter, is this a worry that the Hezbollah making it official that they have entered the war against the Americans and the Israelis?
Well, let me start by, words are important when it comes to diplomacy and these issues. These are not an axis of resistance. These guys are axes of evil. Whether it's the Houthis or the Hezbollah, they've certainly never had a problem targeting civilians. We watched what happened with their allies, Hamas, also being funded by Iran. They don't distinguish between military targets and the civilian targets. So this is not surprising at all. They've been greatly depleted. It was a complete disaster in the last conflict for Hezbollah. And look at, when Iran is gone, Hezbollah will be gone, and there will be celebrations in Lebanon. This is a proxy state of Iran existing in Lebanon. It contributed to a civil war that was absolutely devastating for the people there. And not surprising, they too will be defeated. Israel has it under control. America has it control. We have tremendous assets right off the coast of Haifa right now, very close to them. Okay. And if I was Hezbollah, I would take President Trump's words very carefully.
Give me a word here on civilian. Just give me a moment here, because earlier today we had been reporting that Hezbollah's leader Mohammad Raad has been killed in an IDF retaliatory strike in Beirut, which was only expected. So that is something that has happened as well. But right now, the intensity of the conflict between the Hezbollah and the IDF, I think, is increasing. Can I ask you, Dr. Gunter, you have spoken about, civilian casualties, the fact that the Hezbollah or the Houthis or the Iranians have absolutely no problem targeting civilians. But the same thing can be said about the Americans and the Israelis as well. After all, there are 148 schoolgirls who were killed when a missile struck their school. So civilians will be collateral damage.
I'm going to push back heavily. I think you guys do a phenomenal job, but this is not a situation of parity. These are terrorist states. I think Marco Rubio, our phenomenal Secretary of State, said it perfectly when he was talking about Hamas, as they used civilians as human shields. This is a play for the cameras, for the clicks, and to be quite honest, Iranians have never cared about the lives of their own citizens. And if you don't agree with me, go ask the 20 or 30,000 Iranian civilians that have been slaughtered, literally slaughtered in the last 3 or 4 months. So drawing parity between Israel, drawing parity between the United States, and drawing parity between the great country of India just seems like an unfair comparison. And there's been no more humane execution of a war than Israel, the United States. And I believe that India would be doing the same if they were in conflict with, let's say, their Pakistani neighbors.
General Dhillon, would we be attacking Pakistani schools, killing schoolgirls? Look, the fact is India has not taken sides in the war so far. The Indian government has not made its position clear right now. And I don't think as Indian journalists, we are going to be taking a side either with the Iranians or with the Americans/Israelis. Plus, it's not our job. Our job is to report what we see. Our job is not to take sides. But General Dhillon, do respond to what Dr. Gunter is saying. One does take care that you don't strike civilian areas.
Ma'am, absolutely. No professional defense force would intentionally hit a civilian target. What happens is, in a situation like, say, for Iran, they may have deployed certain weapon systems in a complex which houses a girls' school, or, if you remember the Iraq war, the milk factory and things like that. And once the weapon system has been picked up by technical means, and to engage that weapon system, yes, there will be collateral damage. But generally, the professional defense forces take care that they do not strike at even such targets in the highly populated civilian dense areas. But collateral damage, as you very rightly said, collateral damage is part of the war, and that's what happens. But I want to bring out 2 points which you talked earlier. One was about President Trump saying it's a preemptive strike. See, he has to say it. He cannot afford to say it's an unprovoked strike. If you say it's an unprovoked strike or it's our initiative strike first, then he can be held liable for starting a war. And now what is happening is, if it's a preemptive strike, that means Iran was all set to launch, or they were all set to assassinate the president, and they took defensive measure and struck them first in a preemptive manner. And second point is about Ambassador Sajanhar, where he was saying diplomacy works better. Yes, diplomacy also always works, but diplomacy works much better if you have a gun in hand.
Okay. Hina, I believe there are some more pictures that have emerged.
Right.
Go ahead, please.
Absolutely. And now there is another front that has